Back here on Tri-State Sports Talk on AM 730 KWOA. We wanted to catch up this week once again with Minnesota West Lady J basketball coach Mike Fury as, Coach Fury on Monday made it official to the public that Coach Fury is going to step down as Lady J basketball coach after 34 years. So first off, Mike, thank you for your time. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Jared. My pleasure.
Well, let's talk about, obviously, the decision, I guess you could call it. But,
Yep.
Obviously you're coming off a great season, first time in the national tournament in 34 years, I guess. First, why now? Why did you decide that this was the right time?
Well, it's taken a while, Jared. In fact, I think Maz will agree with this. I think I Brett Favre Maz about 3 times in the last 3 to 4 years. It's crossed my mind, and we kept thinking about it. And this year, it just felt right. And so I kind of had thought about it a lot before Christmas time, and had kind of decided it would be, this season. And that's what Karen and I had talked about and thought about a lot. And we kind of had just come down to this would be the final season, which was good. And then, Jared, as it turned out, and I hope maybe this is part of the decision that we just had a great year. It kept getting better and better and better. And, of course, the national tournament, bid really topped it off. So just a good way to go out. But we've been thinking about it for a while. We just thought it was a good time. 34 years, I think we gave it a good shot. And we're gonna go out with feeling good about ourselves. That's for sure.
And I think you kind of mentioned the storybook factor. I mean, you really couldn't describe a better way to end it.
Oh, and that's for sure. We had been so close for many, many years, and had worked so hard, and the big region championship was just huge for us, and just it kind of caps a great season. Kudos to all the girls for this year, but over all the years we've had just great players, and just caps off a great career. So I'm looking forward to a little bit of a change and see what happens.
Now, are you retiring just from coaching? Are you retiring from the college too, or what's the plans?
Yes, I'm retiring from the college also. In fact, my last day at the college was last Friday, March 20th. So it's a brand new chapter, completely new chapter. Things on the student services side kind of fell into place too. So as I left the coaching position, I also left my student services position. So brand new chapter, and we're looking forward to it. We're excited to look ahead and see what happens with the Furies here. So it should be fun.
Now, what about Karen at the bookstore then?
Karen's her plans right now, although there's a pool out already, and I'll tell you about the pool in a second.
Okay.
But her plans are to work a little bit longer, a year and a half, maybe 2, and then retire. But the pool is on when I go visit the grandsons for the first time without her.
Right.
How long it'll be after that she decides she's going to retire also. So we'll see. You can get in on the pool.
I might have to, yeah.
Yep, but we'll see what happens there. But that's the plan right now.
Obviously, 34 years with Minnesota West, and a lot of memories, a lot of great things. But what are some of the things that, other than the great kids? I mean, we were talking about a lot on that trip to Bethlehem, PA, and kind of about the family atmosphere and Karen, and even being able to keep up with a lot of kids. But what are some of the things that you're going to take away from your coaching career that you're really going to be, proud of in retrospect?
Well, I think it is the kids, Jared, and I think it is the family, relationship that we had, with, Karen and our girls, Gretchen and Sarah Jo, our son-in-laws, Eric and Tim, and our grandsons, Carter and Eli and Michael and Taylor. They're just, part of the Lady Jays. But I think the thing we'll take away is that, when Arlo Mock called me 34 years ago, we were kind of spinning with the Lady Jays, but we really become a great program. And I just got to thank, everyone, and Jared, will start with you and the media coverage that we've had over the years, but the fans and like we said lately, the fans, the family, and their friends have just been awesome. So that's all the relationships we've had, that's going to be what we're going to remember with the coaches, with the fans, with the players, even the officials, opposing coaches and teams and things like that, that come into play all the time. And then, after a while, you start to appreciate them a little bit more. So we really, really do appreciate all that. So that's what we're going to take away from it, I think, Jared, most of all.
Okay, maybe I got a little bit ahead of myself. I actually kind of want to go back. I want to go back to Mike Fury after school, after the great run at WCC, and where did you start before, after you got done with your schooling? Where did you start your secondary career?
Sure, I graduated from Hamlin University in St. Paul and played a couple of years there, Jared, and then went out to Atwater in east of Wilmer, and then returned to Worthington and coached a little bit here at Worthington, ninth grade boys with Coach Don Bashy. That was a great, great experience. And then coached at Brewster High School for a year, and then came into the Lady Jays. So, it seems like the Lady Jays have really dominated, but there were some other good coaching positions too. So It was fun, and that were the learning years, and every year has been learning year too, and there's those 34 with the Lady Jays, but it's kind of the history of it there, Jared.
So how did you find out about the Lady J position? Were you contacted then?
Yeah. Former my coach Arlo Mock, and he was AD at the time. There was an opening at the college, and he gave me a call and said, "Would you be interested in coaching the Lady Jays?" And we said, "Yeah, we would," and took the position. And the rest is history, as they say. But I just have to thank Arlo. As my coach for 2 years, I learned so much, and I got to coach with Arlo for 3 years. When I was coaching the Lady Jays, he was still coaching the Blue Jays. And so we had a little bit of a coaching relationship there. And, of course, then he was my athletic director for, 10, 12 more years after that. So I have got to thank Arlo a whole bunch. He's had a great influence on my life, and just have to thank him immensely for being my coach and AD and coaching with him. So it's a huge thank you to Arlo for, thinking of me 34 years ago, and we just went from there. So it was a great time.
As you look back at those early years of your coaching career, Mike, what are some of the things you did learn? Obviously you got to get that experience and get the reps, but what were some things that that you really took to heart from your early years of coaching?
Well, I think you just have to have patience, Jared. I tried to have as much patience as I could. Because at the community college level, every year is kind of new. Our sophomores become so important, but I think it's just the patience that you have to have with the players as they develop. And, fortunately for us, we had great players with great attitudes, and everybody works so hard all the time. So I think that patience was key. And then just working hard. You have to work hard. We put a lot of time into the program. The old summer basketball league, which I think benefited us a lot, Jared, was just 5 weeks in the summer that, wow, there was a lot of hours in the summer there. So you have to dedicate time, and then the support that I've had from Karen over the years, the support we've had over the, from the administration over the years. But those are just kind of little things, Jared, that kind of developed and just, progressed into the program that we've got now. So it takes time. We've been familiar with programs, that have turnover year after year, and those programs really do struggle. So I think the continuity that we had, after the first 4 or 5 years, I didn't realize it would be 34 years, but it's huge,
Yeah.
It's just there. And, area schools appreciate that and look to you as a place for their players to participate. So I think those are the keys, Jared. Maybe I know there's more, but those are little things that really made a big difference.
Well, I think it's funny we're talking about coaching, and, so many people think coaching is about the X's and the O's and, the plays you drop. But, like you said, it's really the relationships. And I think one of the great ones is the fact, like you mentioned, the family atmosphere at Minnesota West. And it transitions because, then you have the kids who have the positive experience, not just to play in sports, but just overall Minnesota West as a school. And then they start talking to other kids, and then hey, there's a good basketball player. Well, but you'll like Minnesota West because it's not just this, it's that. I think that word of mouth chain of command really helps out too, and just helping people, realize we talk about that stigma sometimes of a community college, but Minnesota West offers so much, and it's great that the kids have that good experience too, because they're one of the first ones to tell other people about how great it is.
They're our best recruiters. Over the years, I'm sure we've talked to a number of young ladies that, we're a little bit biased. We always think we're a good program. Minnesota West is a good school, but when they hear it from a former teammate or someone they know, one of their peers, that's huge. When somebody will say, "Yeah, that's a good place to be. It's a good place to go." And I think over the years, we talked about it on the trip, Jared, I don't think we've had a basketball player that ever said she was sorry for playing because it turned out to be a good experience. I hope that's the case, but, we've just had great ambassadors that have played for us and then, continue to promote the Lady Jays. So it's huge when a former player can say, that's a great place to go, because the girls will listen to that. Maybe a little bit more than the coach, but that seems to be the case in all the things that I've seen.
Well, I think the track record speaks for itself. I really do. So, I guess let me ask another one that maybe I should have asked earlier. But you're retired. What are you going to do with all your free time, sir?
Well, I hope my golf game gets a little better, and we'll have to wait and see on that, I guess. But I hope I can spend some more time with family. Sometimes during those 4 or 5 months of basketball season, we don't get to do a lot of things. Could be a winter vacation in the future with Karen and the family. So we'll see what happens there. But a little more family time, a little more time on the golf course, a little more time with friends, and we'll just see what happens, see what develops here, and we're just looking forward to it. I've never done it before, Jared. That's a lot of people say, "What are you going to do?" And I say, "I don't know. I've never done it before." So we'll go from there. But certainly going to enjoy it and looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so cool. Your family has obviously been very kind to me, and so cool to see the girls that come out, and your nephew come out. And, I think that was probably my favorite part of the whole experience of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, was not only just your family, but the great cheering section. We had by far the biggest cheering section. And like you said, that's the atmosphere, and I think it's obviously a great thing to have. And, I'm sure you got to feel good knowing that you're passing things on, to obviously Maz. But, I mean, that you're leaving things in a very healthy state.
Well, I think so. And you mentioned Maz, and I just have to thank her just a ton. We've talked about this over the years since she joined us 11 years ago, that you don't know what you have till it's gone. Well, I never knew what I didn't have till Maz arrived, and she has just been. She's a great friend. I've known her for so long, and we've developed, I think, a great coaching relationship. But we're good friends too. So the Lady Jays are in great hands with Maz. There's just no question about it. So but it's a great family atmosphere, Jared. So hopefully that continues and that's been one of the things I think that has allowed me to, stay in it for 34 years, is the support of my family. And, then Maz joined it too. So it's just been huge, because I don't think you can do it without it. So that's just been huge. That's part of the reasons of the success.
Once again, visiting here with Minnesota West Lady J basketball coach Mike Fury, again retiring after 34 years. So first off, Mike, want to say on behalf of, I'm sure, everybody in the public, thank you for everything you've done. Congratulations on a great career, and enjoy retirement. And I'll make sure we definitely give you a hard time every time we see you.
That's a promise. You better, Jared. And I just have to thank everybody. The fans, like we've said here the last 3 or 4 weeks, the fans, family, and friends, have just been wonderful to me. Not just in the last 3 weeks, but for 34 years. So I got to just say thank you. That's from the bottom of my heart. Thanks. And doesn't get any bigger. So
we're going to see you in championship flight this year. Is that what you're saying?
It's going to get better. We'll see.
Oh, Mike.
We're really dreaming. But we'll see what happens. That'd be fun.
Exactly. Mike, thanks for your time, and we'll talk to you. We'll see you around soon. We'll talk soon.
Hey, thank you very much, Jared. Thanks a lot.
More on Tri-State Sports Talk after this on AM 730 KWOA.